I'm nervous.
Could you tell me about a time where you've gone home with someone and like in a more casual way and it's been a positive experience?
Yes, I can. A time that I went home with someone casually. Never not awkward.
You're on camera with me and a camera person talking about your sex life. That's
true.
Ludicrous.
That's true. Hey, we should backtrack. I'm Karin.
I'm Eleanor.
And we have been asked to make this as we are theater practitioners who make a lot of solo performance work.
Some footage of which you're seeing right now. That's Jane Doe.
That's Jane Doe.
A show about rape culture.
And this is Yes, 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 a show we made for high school students or young people about consent and healthy relationships, both formally quite similar.
Yeah. We use interviews with people, some of which you do verbatim.
That's right.
Do the voices.
Yep.
And then there's also monologues.
Monologues, so many monologues. And then there's audience participation. So some audience members volunteer to come on stage and read some scripts with me.
And why did we choose to make these solo?
Well, I think part of it was because the material was sensitive. It felt like it was a safe and good choice to have one conduit for the material that the audience could feel safe with, i.e. me. In summary, our process is we talk to each other at length about what we're trying to make, and we record those conversations.
We interview other people.
And then we start working with that content. And then we get into a room, usually just the two of us, and we sit in a Google Doc together, and we write for weeks.
And then we jump up and try things.
And then we change things. It's a really iterative process. It changes even while we're on tour.
Here's some footage of our process from the last 3 years. Don't say his name.
Yeah.
Your first boyfriend.
Yes. So my first boyfriend, what can I call him? Jay. No?
Just say, like, how old were you also?
Yeah. So, yeah. That's all I've got right now. Riffing on the final line of the show, what we have right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present.
Do you think we're going to do this verbatim?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think we're okay. Following me to my front door, and I had to fuck divert the direction and stuff. I was got called and walking here, so yeah. And man actually got honked at from several people behind him because he wasn't moving his car. Around the metro, and a really drunk guy.
We wanted to think about consent in a really positive way.
Pretty adult thing to do.
Fake an orgasm. It's pretty adult to fake it well. You know?
Check, please.
I mean, that's the process for making the show, but then when we're in season, it's slightly different, right? Like our relationship, what is our relationship in season?
I'm just like there running the show and making the show happen.
Yeah, and I'm on stage, but they're both very important roles, and particularly in the shows that we make, it's very important to me that you are there because I know that there's a safe person somewhere in the room that's there for me. What you doing, Eleanor?
Just putting out some beautiful New Zealand at Edinburgh flyers.
And I'm interested to be there because the show is different all the time because of who the audience is and the participation and what people text in, and it's just a fascinating way for me to like learn about what the show actually is.
Just finished the show. Just finished Fringe.
What show number is that?
24. But it's an important thing to clock that when you see solo performance, it's just not solo performance, right? Because there are always all of these other integral people loitering somewhere around that maybe the audience can't see, but they're there. And we build Jane Doe and Yes 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 in a way that if something goes wrong during the show, I am able to walk to you.
Yeah.
And say, hey, something terrible has happened.
What do you say at the start? There's Eleanor and there's Rachel or Khalid or Calvin or insert many of the names of the wonderful technicians we've had.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's important to remember that solo performance is
not solo
and as dependent on collaboration as any other kind of trad play you'd see. Ended up back at his place. We were talking for ages. Is that a fax machine?
That is
all loose as hell.
Not ideal.